Hey, friends, welcome to another episode of Stage Talk. We are here at the stage at Uncle Mike's, and tonight we're joined by Mr. Smash. He's got a lot of stuff to talk about, including some music, some game shows, and some apps and websites, so we're really excited. So, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. Thank you guys for having me. I like the whole vibe. I've checked out a couple of episodes. I think it's great what you guys are doing, giving some exposure to the guys that come through here and perform, and even guys that you probably haven't even heard too much of and stuff like that. So I mess with it. I mess with it.
Well, we're glad you joined us, and we'd like to talk to you a little bit about as far as your past in music, how long you've been doing what you've been doing, and all your other ventures that you got going on. So let's start with your music. So you say you've been rapping for about 15 years?
Yes, sir. I started rapping in 2008. It was late 2008. The reason I actually started rapping is because one of my brothers he had a friend, and his friend one day just happened to be sitting next to me in the library, and he was downloading this program, and I'm like, "Yo, what's that?" And he's like, "Yo, it's a program called Audacity." He's like, "You can use it for making tracks or whatever. All you got to do is just get a microphone, plug it in, and boom." So I'm like, "Yo, that's dope." So I go home, and at the time I was in school when we had got laptops in the 7th grade. They gave us laptops from our school. So I had a computer at the house. I go home, I download the program. My dad, he has all kinds of music equipment all around the house and stuff. So I went and found a little karaoke machine mic, plugged it in, downloaded some beats off of LimeWire, and made my first. Or I was getting ready to make my first song, but I actually went to some guys at school, and I told them like, "Yo, I'm getting ready to start rapping." And I heard one of them used to know how to mess with FL Studio. So I was like, "Yo, you want to make me some beats?" And he was like, "Well, shoot, I want to rap too." So he was like, "All right, well, me and you rap." And then the other guy, the other friend of ours, he wanted to be the producer, the ghostwriter, or whatever. So we actually all ended up starting a group. It was called GIG. We didn't really have a basis for it. It was just our initials of our name. But we made a couple of tracks. And then I'm not sure exactly what happened, but they kicked me out of the group, whatever. I went solo for a while. I ended up finding another group of guys, some white guys, some skater dudes. They were real cool. They wanted to start rapping too. They used to try to make music on their little iPod, but they were like, "Yo, I heard you make music." And I'm like, "Yeah," and they were like, "All right, shoot, let's link up." So we linked up. We started another group. We've actually had a couple of songs played here on the radio locally on Mix 107.5. Back when DJ Casey was the DJ. Shout out to DJ Casey, because you definitely put me on. She actually played, I think, about three of my songs. One of them, I heard I messaged her, I sent it to her. She was like, "Yo, I'm about to get ready to play your song." So I run home, told my dad, "Turn on the radio." Boom, we turn on the radio, my song comes on. The song, lame, I don't like it. Would never show you guys it or anything like that, but it was my little first taste of, hood star fame or whatever. But yeah, we had a couple of songs on the radio, stuff like that. But yeah, 15 years. Now, I don't really rap anymore. I have made some music within probably, I think the last time I made some music was maybe like last year sometime. One of the guys from the group that I was in, the last group that I was in, me and him, we still kind of link up every now and then. He makes a lot of music. Like, he's still way active. So there's times where he'll just make some stuff and he'll send it to me and I'll listen to it. It might take me a couple of months, honestly. Like, I'll just be sitting there listening to it every now and then. I'm like, all right. And then one day I'll just start freestyling and then like, all right, let's go in there and put something down. So yeah, we made some music about last year, but I haven't really been too active in the music scene. But I have been pretty, people do know me around here somewhat. I put a lot of local events and stuff out there, which we'll get into here momentarily. But yeah, I mean, that's a little short overview of my rap situation as far as the music. And the reason I don't rap anymore is because I actually wanted to kind of like get away from the rapping about drugs and the the street stuff or whatever. So I actually started switching over to more of a gospel or like more of a Christian clean, or I wouldn't really even say like gospel or clean, but I would just say like more of a clean music, not cursing, not rapping about drugs and alcohol and things of that nature. So, and I just found that even though like I can rap about that stuff, it's kind of hard, especially if I'm still doing the stuff that I was rapping about in the past, but I'm trying to like rap clean is it's kind of hard. So I kind of get conflicted about if I still want to, continue and stuff. But every now and then something just pops up and I might hop in the studio. So you guys never know. If y'all want to hear some new music, it might come. But I actually got a verse now that I need to record and stuff. I just need to write a couple more bars and put a hook on it and stuff. So y'all might be on the lookout for at least one more song pretty soon.
Well, I'd be looking forward to hearing that because I know I've heard some of your, you performed actually at a couple of open mics here, and I remember very inspirational some of the stuff that you were rapping about, and I really enjoyed that. So that was pretty cool stuff. I really enjoyed that. So what inspired you? Like, did you have any inspirations in the rap world that kind of said, hey, this person speaks to me and I want to emulate them? Or did you have anything that, just led you to do that, or just your friend with Audacity and Fruity Loops and you just went for it?
No, actually, so I would say that the movie Hustle and Flow, that movie actually inspired me because like I saw just some of the equipment that they were using, even though it was probably not as simple as it looked. I just saw that, it was easier than a high quality $1 million studio. You feel me? People used to make tracks off of cassette tapes and stuff like that. So, I mean, watching that. And then also at the time, whenever I started rapping, Soulja Boy was, just coming out or around that time. And he was only 16 or around the age that I was when I started rapping. I was 14 when I started rapping. He was only like 16 when he started rapping. So I felt like if he could do it, I could do it too. You know what I mean? And his songs a lot of his songs like don't even sound mixed mastered and stuff like that. Sound like he just went in there and spit a sloppy freestyle and people like it. So, I mean, at the time, a lot of my music had bad quality, not because I wanted it to sound like that, but just because I didn't have the equipment, the good mic and the person who knew how to mix and master and stuff like that. But over time, we started getting better quality and stuff like that. But the lyrics started progressing better and stuff like that. So, I would say probably that movie, Hustle and Flow, and even Get Rich or Die Trying. That was a good movie, and it kind of just the whole sense of rapping in a general sense kind of came to my mind because I never thought about I actually when I was in school I used to be in choir. I was a real good singer, but I never thought to use my singing voice to make music. But then whenever I lost my singing voice, then it's like now I'm rapping and it's like, well, damn, I wish I had knew about music in a recording sense earlier, so I would have been able to I could have probably been the first Chris Brown or something like that. But I don't know. I guess I was hanging with the wrong crowds, and I guess. But I don't know. I wouldn't say I regret anything, But I wish I did, use my singing voice for a better cause than just like at school. But yeah, as far as that, I would say just those movies and maybe Soulja Boy. Actually, speaking of Soulja Boy, I actually have a song. It was an open collab that Soulja Boy put out on the internet a long time ago. And I actually downloaded it and I made a song to it. And I was going to perform it here tonight because you told me I could perform a track. I was going to perform it, but I was like, nah, because it actually has a verse from Soulja Boy on there. And I'm not going to rap over his verse and stuff. So, yeah. But yeah, I've done some stuff.
So, we were talking earlier, and you got a lot of hands in different pots, and you have had in the past. So tell us about some of the things that you've done. Like, I know you said you produce game shows and you work some game shows. So let's hear a little bit about the game shows.
So what I'm working on currently is my game shows. I currently have 5 different game shows I'm working on right now. They're basically game shows that you see on TV, but I just put my own little spin on them. So I have one game show that I actually just recorded the first episode for a few days ago, and that one is called PMC ENT Network Survey Says, and basically that one is just like a Family Feud. It's basically Family Feud, but it's only one player, so they have a time limit, and they have to try to enter all the answers on the board before the end of the time limit. And if they get so many wrong, then they lose. But if they get less than so many right or so many wrong, then they advance. And if you win so many rounds, then you win a prize. I have another game show that's called The Wheel Deal, which was the very first game show I put together. And that one is basically Wheel of Fortune. But again, it's a one-player game. So they spin the wheel. They try to solve the puzzle. If you get the puzzle incorrect, you lose the game. If you get if you try to like guess 5 letters and you get the 5 letters incorrect, then you lose the game. You know, there are certain things that will make you lose the game, especially because I don't have sponsors or people who are providing gifts or prizes and stuff for the people. So everything that I do is coming out of my own pocket. So I had to put things in there to actually make it so where people can lose. So I don't have to like pay out for every contestant who plays, which is not to say that I don't want to pay you guys or that I don't want to have you guys win anything. It's just to say that I'm doing this out of my own pocket, so I don't have the funds like that to be, you know, doing that. But I try as best as I can. With the Wheel Deal, we actually did 5 seasons already, and those are available on DVD. Now, I know people don't watch DVDs anymore, but I've actually created DVDs. I did that all on my own. I produced the labels. I actually made the DVD myself. I created all the content on there. It's all me. So we did 5 seasons of that. And then we have another game show. It's called Best 2 out of 3. Now, Best 2 out of 3 is actually tic-tac-toe, but it's a question and answer based game of tic-tac-toe, and it's a 2-player game. So they're battling against each other, and whoever wins 2 out of the 3 rounds of tic-tac-toe, they win the prize. So we got that one, and then some of the newer ones that I'm working on. I have a game show called Battle of the Brains. And that one, if I'm not mistaken, because I haven't actually recorded any episodes of it yet, but if I'm not mistaken, that one is Battle of the Brains is, I think that one's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire type of game, if I'm not mistaken. And it's 2 players, but the twist with that is they both get the opportunity to answer the questions, and whoever answers more of the 20 questions wins the game. And then the last one is, I'm having a hard time remembering them because I just created them and I haven't really recorded any episodes. But the last one is 20 Questions to Victory. And that one, to be honest, I don't even remember what the concept of all it is. There's so many that I got going right now and stuff like that, but I can't really remember the concept of it. But basically, one of them is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? One of them is Family Feud. One of them is Wheel of Fortune. One of them is Tic-Tac-Toe. And the other one, I'm not too sure or whatever. But all of these game shows are coming pretty soon. Like I said, I recorded a couple episodes the other day. It's just kind of hard finding contestants, especially with the 2-player games, trying to find 2 contestants who can play at the same time. It's all done virtually. Using the program, they just call in, and they actually have to use 2 devices now. I kind of switched up the format of the game because on the last seasons you only had to just use your one phone to call in, and then you just look at the screen and you play the game from there. But now you actually have to type your answers in on your own device and stuff like that. So it's hard trying to find not only 2 people who can play at the same time, but 2 people who have like 2 different devices that they can use at the same time. So it's kind of a struggle, but hopefully we'll get it together because, like I said, you guys can win real prizes. You guys win money, shirts, all type of whatever I can afford to give to the people at the time. That's what you guys will win on these shows. So.
That just sounds really cool. So where can you find what platform are these games on?
So all of my shows, when I initially released them, most of them were just on YouTube, Facebook. But then at the time, I had my own mobile app. It was an Android app called the PMC ENT Network app, and I also had another one called the UTV app. And I was actually making those shows and releasing them exclusively on my app at the time. But then for financial reasons, I had to shut down my app, my website, all that type of stuff. So some of the stuff was releasing exclusively on the app. It was releasing exclusively like on my Roku channel because I used to have a Roku channel. And like I said, I had to shut all that stuff down. But it was releasing on there, and then now, being that I don't have those platforms, right now I'm just kind of stuck with YouTube until I can put some funds together to do something else. But there's also another website called rumble.com, and I just recently got on there. I uploaded a couple of the older episodes of the game show because I'm not going to release the newer episodes until we have the whole season complete, and then I'm going to start releasing them on a weekly basis. So some of the older episodes of these game shows you guys can catch on Rumble. Now, with that, I would have to try to provide him a link because it's kind of weird how Rumble works. I don't know if it's just because I'm new to it or whatever, but for some reason, the guy who told me about it, I I made an account on there and I tried to share my link with him, but he tried to click on my link and it wouldn't pop up my page or whatever. So once we get that all figured out, you'll be able to find it on there. But honestly, everything is on YouTube right now. I actually, all the stuff that I was releasing exclusively on my app, I actually had it on my YouTube too. So, but it was just like, I had it privated so where I can only stream it on certain places and nobody else could see it. But I actually just made all that stuff public like yesterday, I think. So you can find all 5 seasons of The Wheel Deal on there. On YouTube, you can find all the 2 seasons of Best 2 out of 3 on there. And my YouTube is PMC ENT Network. You can just search PMC ENT Network. All my stuff should pop up. Or if you just type in the name of the game show, Best 2 out of 3, that's best, and then the number 2, and then out of, and then the number 3. And then for The Wheel Deal, you can type The Wheel Deal Game Show or at TW, what is it? At TWGS, whatever the initials are for that. You can type that and it should pull up.
We'll make sure to put a link to the YouTube channel on our YouTube channel when we produce this, when we get this up there. Yeah. So that's, so you, that ties in with your apps and websites that you were talking about. Is there anything, as far as the apps and websites that we missed or that you'd like to touch on?
So on the apps and the websites and stuff like that, I mean, I was using those to promote the artists and stuff. I didn't have all my stuff on there, all my music and stuff like that. I actually had, spaces on there where artists could send their music in, like new music that hadn't been released yet, and people could go hear it exclusively over there. Or, I used to have a thing called, I titled it UTV, but it was basically a 24/7 live streaming channel where people could go on there and watch all my content streaming 24 hours a day in like a live TV format. And I could also like just pop in live and stream on there. And then whenever I go off, it'll go back into the regularly scheduled content. So I had stuff like that going. Also, just recently, I had this thing called the Independent Music Hotline, and it's actually a phone number that you can call. And I think it might still even be active. I'm not sure. But it's a phone number that you can call, and if you paid a small fee, you can listen to music over the phone, which the quality, of course, is phone call quality, so you're not really going to want to too much listen to music over the phone like that. But it was just a way for artists to be able to send unreleased music to that hotline, and then people could go hear their unreleased music over there before they hear it anywhere else. And I was going to like give royalty cuts to the artists who had their music on there and stuff. But that didn't really go, as planned. I always tend to get into a lot of stuff that don't really pan out, but I just enjoy what I do, so I don't really look for like a whole lot of like congratulations or any of that type of stuff. I just do it because I like to do it. I mean, I was mentioning to you before off camera that I was getting into some 3D modeling and stuff. That's actually what I'm working on as well. Trying to get into some 3D modeling, and when you guys see these new episodes of the game show, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about a little bit. But yeah, I'm always got my hands in something different. I produced some live events. I had this series of shows going called the Indie Show, where I was getting artists from all around. I actually had a guy come from Washington. He came from Washington twice to perform here at the Memorial Building. I've had guys come from Texas, had guys come from Colorado, all kinds of places to perform here. We did nine of those shows over there. Yeah, so we did 9 of those, and then I had another series of shows going called the hashtag Get What You Can tour shows, and those were some shows that I was trying to do at the time because I was trying to start a wrestling business. I actually have a almost $5,000 wrestling ring in my backyard, and I was trying to start a wrestling company, and so I was going to raise some money to try to get that going, and we were going to do these shows to make some donations, but unfortunately that didn't pan out. But we did a couple of those shows. We had a good time. I mean, we didn't make any money, but we had a good time. That's all it's really about. So yeah, I've done that, and of course, like I said, the wrestling thing that didn't really pan out, but I always got my hands in something different. I never really stayed too focused on one thing, I guess. Even when, like I said, with the game shows, I got 5 game shows going right now. Like, how can I can't even remember what is what. So I'm always into some different stuff. But, if you guys just catch me, hit me up. Like, I'm usually free. So if you guys hit me up and y'all want to get on anything that I'm involved in, or just if you want to know more about me or know where to get my stuff at, like I'm always usually available. So you guys just hit me up, and I'm an easygoing guy. I'm willing to talk and willing to share advice and stuff like that, because some people see what I'm doing with the 3D stuff and they're like, oh, yo, how are you doing that? Or where'd you get that from? Or how'd you make this video? Or how'd you do this? Or whatever. So I'm always willing to share some advice with you guys and stuff like that. And I'm probably rambling right now, so I'm going to go ahead and give it back to you.
No, I was just going to say, you say you got a lot of hands and a lot of things, but you never know where what could come of that, with the fruit that can come out of that after you may, put a bunch of stuff in here and it may not work out, but you never know where that might lead. So I think that's cool that you're just getting in there and you're just going to keep doing what you're doing. And, sometimes the best life experiences is just learning and just, trying. So the show that you were talking about where you had the guy come from Washington twice, is that also available to watch? Or
so some of them are, and it really kills me, because I would say two of the best shows that we put together, no offense to any of the artists who performed at any of the other shows, but I would say that the Indie Show 3 and I think it was like the Indie Show 6 or 7, those shows were turned up, like literally. Those shows were wild, and the thing about it is the footage from the Indie Show 3 we put on Facebook, and for some reason Facebook deleted all that footage. I don't have not a lick of that footage. And then so for the Indie Show 6 or 7 or whatever it was, I was using my programs and stuff similar to what your boy got going on over here. And for some reason, we got the whole show captured, but the audio is glitching. It just glitches the whole time. And I don't know, I think I had multiple mics going, or my camera, something was going on with one of my cameras or something like that. So I don't know, but those were probably two of the best shows we unfortunately don't have footage of, but I think majority of the other shows we do have footage of. I know there was one show in particular, I ended up having to use my 360 camera to get the footage. So you can watch that one, but it's in multiple pieces on YouTube in a 360 format. But yeah, I think they're all on there. You can just, you might be able to search the Indie Show. I don't know, because there's other stuff on YouTube titled the Indie Show. I mean, I kind of just stole the name for my event and stuff, but you can probably type it in. But it's best if you're trying to find stuff like that, just search PMC ENT Network. When you search PMC ENT Network, it might be PMC ENT and then space network, or it might all just be one word. But either way, it should pop up. You'll see something of mine on there.
That's awesome. So I hear you're going to perform a track, one of your tracks for us.
Yeah. So I got a track. It's crazy. Before I get into this track, it's crazy because I said, I've rapped for 15 years, but most of the music that I made was in a group setting. So I don't really have a whole lot of singles tracks. I was going on Reverb. Matter of fact, I got all my music on Reverb Nation, but that's a whole nother story because there's 3 different pages. But I was going through my list on Reverb Nation. I'm like, yo, I don't have really no songs to perform, other than ones that I'd have to cut somebody's verse out of or do some tweaking to, and I didn't feel like doing all that. So I do got the one song that I'm going to perform here for you guys called Die Making Hits, which is one that you guys have heard before if you've ever been here to Uncle Mike's, if you've ever seen me perform. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and perform. My track is called Die Making Hits for you guys. All
right, we're looking forward to it. Then we'll come back to chat another minute.
Yes, sir. My track is called Die Making Hits. Hope y'all rock with me. Shout out to Uncle Mike. Listen, say I'ma always do my thing, means I'm never gonna quit. I'ma keep on rapping till the day my blood drips. I'ma hit the top charts, I'ma be up on the list. And it looks like I'ma die making hits. Say I'ma always do my thing, means I'm never gonna quit. I'ma keep on rapping till the day my blood drips. I'ma hit the top charts, and I'ma be up on the list. and it looks like I'ma die making hits. I'm trying to stack my chips up like if I was playing poker. If this was ID player war, then I would be the Joker. Used to be 21 like a game of blackjack. Still murdering other rappers cause they spit and wax rap. If this was a game of spades, then I would have to be the ace. I kill it when I spit it, homie, this is just a taste of something I could put together in my spare time. I'm going all in because I know the game is mine. I'm about to get signed, but I can make it on my own. All I gotta do is stay wrecking the microphone, and I'm calling your bluff like a game of BS. If you think you're gonna be the one to blow up next, I'm about to cash out like I hit the jackpot. So my lyrics are the greatest, almost like my name was Pac. I'm about to change the game and I'm about to flip the script. And before the day I die, I'm guaranteed to make a hit. Cause I'ma always do my thing, means I'm never gonna quit. I'ma keep on rapping till the day my blood drips. I'ma hit the top charts, I'ma be up on the list. And it looks like I'ma die making hits. I'ma always do my thing, means I'm never gonna quit. I'ma keep on rapping till the day my blood drips. I'ma hit the top charts and I'ma be up on the list. And it looks like I'ma die making hits. This track is long awaited, and I'm hoping that you don't hate it just because of the quality of the lyrics. I'm saying I'm trying to be the greatest, but it takes practice to make perfect. One thing's certain, I'm never hurting, I'm just relaxing. Sit down, watch me put my plan into action to keep the fans clapping and moving. That's how I do it, gotta do it if I ever wanna make it in this game. I done been through a lot, but I done come a long way. Now it's time for me to make a change, cause I want everybody in the whole entire world to know my name. Plus the money and the fame. I'm headed to the top, to the top, to the top, that's my aim. Better yet, that's my goal. I'm trying to be the next MC to have 1 million records sold. Platinum, gold, and all of the above. Gonna get up on your feet and gonna show your boy some love. Cause I'ma always do my thing, means I'm never gonna quit. I'ma keep on rapping till the day my blood drips. I'ma hit the top charts, I'ma be up on the list. And it looks like I'ma die making hits. Say I'ma always do my thing, means I'm never gonna quit. I'ma keep on rapping till the day my blood drips. I'ma hit the top charts and I'ma be up on the list. And it looks like I'ma die making hits. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate Uncle Mike's. Thank you guys for letting me do my thing. My name is Mr. Smash Every Blazing Record, and I'm out.
All right, Mr. Smash, man, that track, I just really enjoyed that beat. That was some pretty sick stuff.
I appreciate you, man. I hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I thank you guys for having me here. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to kind of give people the rundown of myself and some of the things that I've been through, some of the things that I've tried to put on for the city. I appreciate you guys.
Is there anything else you'd like to add or say before we wrap it up?
I would just like to say that if you guys, if y'all are somebody who knows me or somebody who, supports anything that I do, I would ask that you, show some love, whether it be just watching the content, whether it be either financially, because I am in a situation where I could use some donations and stuff like that. I'm not really trying to ask people for money and stuff like that. I actually have some things that I'm trying to sell online. So, if you guys need some new equipment and stuff like that, I got some stuff you might be interested in. But yeah, man, I just hope that you guys, continue to rock with me. I put on for the city, I try to do everything I've done. I've tried to put money in these artists' pocket, or I've tried to just give them exposure. I've tried to, just put their name out there to people that may not have heard about them. My app was getting exposure in different countries. So, somebody's music has probably been heard by somebody in Russia or, Africa and all these different places, thanks to me. So I would hope that, I don't look for any applause or any gratitude or anything like that, but I would just hope that if you guys, rock with what I do, you'll continue to support.
All right. We really enjoyed it. Thanks a lot, Mr. Smash.
All right. Appreciate you guys for having me.
All right. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Stage Talk. We hope that you continue to like, follow, subscribe, and share. You can find us at Uncle Mike's Portales. We're also on Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and other forms of payments at Uncle Mike's Portales if you want to help keep the lights on and support the cause. Thank you so much for all that you do, and have a good one.